Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. First thing in the day, gorgeous weather. 10 rules of a relationship. Oh, we're about to dive really deep. Let's just... Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. This is Sexology. Daddy's home. We're back. Water, fire, hot, cold, yin, yang. Now, I get thousands of messages from beautiful deep divers every single day about relationships. Ralph is my girlfriend. Ralph is my boyfriend. It's my husband. It's my wife. Everybody always has something to say about their relationship. Put your hand up if you've ever had a problem with your relationship. Okay, all hands are going up right now. I see. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Let me share with you what's helped me along my journey, the 10 rules of a relationship. Now, I talk of two kinds of relationships. You have the water relationship, which is the harmonious relationship, very transparent, very authentic. You feel at peace with that person. And then there is the Coca-Cola relationship, the very toxic relationship. That's the relationship you really want to duck from, like this. You just dodged a bullet. Thank goodness for that. Okay, the first rule of a relationship that's helped me along my journey is to stay faithful. Now, let's face it. A lot of us, we have a hard time dealing with commitment. I did for a long time along my early journey. And what it boiled down to was that I realized that being in a relationship was not a top priority for me. And being in a relationship on a subconscious level is not a top priority for a lot of people. Look at it like this. When you are really, 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 really young at school, you don't say, okay, I just want to be in love as a profession. You're like, okay, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a rapper. I want to do something with my life. And I want to be in love as well. Right? I want to find my prince ladies, right? I want to find my princess fellas, right? Okay, but it's really not at the top priority. So many of us, during our relationships, we find it very hard to be committed because we have other priorities. You see, a lot of us, we have a lot of priorities. We don't have a priority. What helped me along my journey with the water relationship was being committed. When you are committed, nothing is sexier than commitment. Slow motion this side. Stand by me. Stand by me, baby. Be my ride or die. Fight for me, right? Hold me back. So I realized that staying faithful is the number one rule of a relationship. And that means you have to be committed to that person in the heart. Now, here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because the water relationship is not something you can force. You see, everyone will eventually end up with who they are meant to be with. We can't force a relationship. Even if you really, really, really want to be with someone and they really want to be with you, if it's not meant to be, it's just not going to happen. That's why a lot of people are with someone, but they're thinking of the cat down the road. Oh yeah, you're thinking of someone else. You're physically with them, but your heart is somewhere else. When you allow your heart to be with someone in a very natural and pure way, you find that you now enter the water relationship. So stay faithful, stay committed. That's the number one rule that's helped me of a relationship, right? What's the second rule of a relationship? Make someone feel like they are wanted. For goodness sakes, I see time and time again, what happens? A lot of people, they feel neglected. And that's why a lot of relationships, they become toxic. They move into the Coca-Cola relationship. Because when people feel neglected, they start to do all kinds of crazy stuff, right? When they feel loved, you create more harmony within the relationship. Now, check this out. When people feel like they are wanted, they open up more to you. And that means you got to appreciate people. You got to be proud to be with someone. Like, I'm proud of you, baby. Lift them up and say, baby, I love you. And then put them down gently, right? Be proud to be with that person. Celebrate them. Celebrate like you just won the lottery. You just won $10. Great. 10 euros. Great, right? No, you just won 100 million. Yeah, that's how you should be celebrating them. Even more than that. When you neglect people, which can happen once again when you are not committed to someone based on your priorities, then people begin to drift apart. When you make someone feel like they are wanted, and that can happen by just being there for them emotionally, not just saying, okay, let's sleep together and all of that. That's only the physical connection. That's common. The mental and the heart connection is rare. Slow motion this side. So make someone feel like they're wanted. What's the third rule of a relationship? That's helped me along my journey. Okay, know this. So many times we don't respect people. Respect people. Respect that person you are with, even when they are not around. How about that? Meaning you don't start gossiping about someone you supposedly love to someone else, right? You don't start trash talking them. Remind yourself that you are choosing to be with this person. I get thousands of emails, long essays about how bad this person's partner is. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you are choosing to be with them. And that's why a lot of relationships fall apart, because people, once again, they're concealing how they really feel. But when they're not together, then they have so much to say about them. You really want to learn how to communicate to that person in a very authentic way and respect that person. Don't laugh at them. I know what they're wearing is pretty funny right now, but still, respect them. Respect them. Don't try to make them feel small. What happens in so many relationships as time goes on? You see, when you first meet someone, everything is beautiful. Okay? Because you're all dressed up, you got the turquoise going, like, nice, baby, right? But as time goes on, you got to wake up to them, no makeup, you just roll out of bed. Okay, now you get to really know someone. And sometimes it can get pretty ugly. Sometimes you might have a little argument first thing in the day when you ain't even had breakfast yet. But that's what you have to go through to make the relationship stronger. You see, as time goes on in a relationship, you begin to see people's true colors. And as you begin to see people's true colors, you begin to realize, okay, is this what I really want? You ask yourself this question. And if you can respect someone when they're just themselves, you find that your relationship will become more harmonious. The authenticity, we've got to respect people's authenticity. We can't expect the glimmering lights all the time. Sometimes, look, you just have to respect how they are. Not try to change them, right? A lot of people, right, want to start to change people. Ladies say, Ralph, I want to change this guy. I can change him, Ralph. I can change him. No, you can't. His own mother couldn't even change him. What makes you think you're going to change him? You have to accept people as they are. Realize that people are evolving anyway, even if you don't want them to. But you have to realize that you got to respect people. And you respect people by accepting who they are, honoring who they are, and celebrating who they are without always trying to change them around. Because that's really a pain in the butt. What is the fourth relationship rule? Now, what's helped me along my journey is to realize this. You've got to be able to have a conversation with your special being and say, okay, what do I tolerate? What do you tolerate? What is good? What is no? Some people don't like you flirting. One relationship I was in when I was younger, my partner at the time didn't want me to look at any other woman. I'm like, what? Huh? Right? And that relationship didn't last long because I'm a very free spirit. The water relationship is not about possession. It is about appreciation. But at the same time, I've been in relationships where we both come to what I call the mutual agreement, where we say, okay, this is what I tolerate. This is what I don't tolerate. And that's beautiful. Some people are like, don't flirt with other people. Just don't do that. And then we can have the best night ever. Oh, baby. Okay. Right? Look, you've got to meet each other halfway. And that's why the greatest relationship you can have is with yourself. When you form that relationship with yourself, you now meet your reflection. Therefore, you are with someone who shares the same values as you do. And then it's just smooth sailing from there. Whoops, you just slipped. Don't worry about it. Okay. What's the fifth rule of a relationship? What's helped me along my journey? 7-day vegan challenge. Let's talk about it. Make time for someone. That's right. I don't have time. Make time for someone. Make time to eat with someone. Nothing is sexier than authenticity. Nothing is sexier than both of you stuffing avocados in each other's mouth. How sexy is that? Now your shirt is like stained. Don't worry about it. Okay. I've realized this, that the water relationship for me is about making quality time. Even if you're working, I know what it's like. You're busy. Make 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes, go out with that special someone and take them out on a meal on me and the cat down the road and say, baby, let's just eat and celebrate this beautiful plant-based meal. Drink a nice cacao smoothie, put some chia seeds on top, some maca powder, even a little bit of vanilla, right? And you're both gonna form a deeper chemistry because intimacy is really created over food. If music be the food of love, play on, baby. Shakespeare for you, right? So I've realized that food and love go together. And when we talk of just eat with someone, like you got to eat every single day. And what's helped me in the water relationship I've been in is to eat with someone. You don't have to go to a fancy restaurant. Bring a packed lunch. I'll make it for you. What do you want? We got some brown rice. Okay. Avocado. Okay. You want some seaweed on the side. Okay. What else? I'll make you some homemade curry. Okay. What else? Some spinach. Oh, we got it. We got it for you. We got it for you. We're going to make 2 packed lunches for both of you, right? And now you're going to find that, oh my gosh, I get it. We can just talk and talk, have deep conversations over this beautiful meal. And now the food is gone. Where did it go? Nobody knows. What is the 6th rule of a relationship? Communication. Without communication, there is no relationship. Now, check this out. We are living in the information age, the beautiful age of Aquarius, where everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, especially Deep divers are awakening to the truth of who they are. That's why I'm getting thousands of messages. That's why I'm getting thousands of messages on relationships. Ralph, my third eye just opened. I don't know how to tell my boyfriend. He doesn't understand what I'm going through right now. Ralph, I don't know if I can deal with it. Okay. Right? So when you're awakening, your relationship is going to change. More so, the communication dynamic is going to change. Check this out. After my awakening, my relationship shifted because the person I was with at the time didn't understand when I was saying, hey, my third eye is opening. I'm decalcifying my pineal gland. They were like, what are you talking about? Right? Then I met someone who actually got me and we just made beautiful babies, right? So if you can remind yourself that communication is key. Without communication, there is no relationship. Ladies, you write to me all the time saying, Ralph, my boyfriend just doesn't open up. He's a macho man. He doesn't talk to me. Okay, so learn, fellas and ladies, to not suppress how you feel. Communicate how you feel to that special someone. Because the more people know, people aren't natural mind readers. I am, and the cat down the road is, but not everyone else is, right? So you got to talk how you're feeling, right? That's an essential rule of a relationship. What's the seventh rule of a relationship, baby? What's helped me along my relationship? And I admit I've screwed up some great relationships because of my ego. The ego is a 3-letter word that can destroy a 12-letter word called a relationship. Slow motion this side. But guess what? I have had a beautiful relationship because I realized and I learned from my early teenage years to remove the ego from a relationship. You see, the water relationship is where the ego dissolves. That's what we call the mergence, where the two become one. Can I get a hello? You see, the ego is the mask. The mask is the persona. In ancient Greece, they used to talk through a mask and say, I see the cat down the road, right? That's acting. That was an early form of acting. But check this out. When you are with someone, you don't have to act. You just have to be. Therefore, you don't have to put on an act. You don't have to appear like the macho man guys to your woman. I'm so tough. Look at me. Look at my muscles. You don't have to do that. Ladies, you don't have to put on an act either. You don't even have to overdress. Just go casual, right? And you're going to find that the more you begin to remove your ego and the other person does the same, you realize now you don't have to pretend. In essence, both of you move into your true authenticity. Now you have the sympathetic vibration. This is where both of you are vibrating towards each other, and then you just hug each other, and then you just dance into the sunset together. And I write a book about both of you, right? What is the 8th rule of a relationship that's helped me along my journey? Trust more. Please, trust more. Trust more. I've been in relationships where people have been very insecure, and I get it. Sometimes I'm insecure too. They're like, I'm so insecure, I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone. You see, I've learned along my journey that if you don't trust yourself, you're never going to trust anybody else. You see, part of the water relationship, which is the harmonious relationship, is that you learn how to trust people. Ladies write to me all the time saying, Ralph, my guy doesn't trust me. He's always so possessive. And guess what, Ralph? I'm getting a divorce. Don't worry about it. Right? You got to trust people. If you really want to know if someone really loves you, you let the bird out of the cage. If it comes back, it was yours. Slow motion this side. Now, if it flies off, well, It wasn't yours and it's never going to come back. Don't worry about it, right? So realize that you can't force a relationship. You can't force a relationship. A relationship is something that happens in a very pure and simple way, and it happens through trust. You've got to learn how to trust someone wholeheartedly every single day. Now, what is the 9th rule of a relationship? Support. Support me. That's all I ever asked for, baby. Just support me in my mission. Just stand by me, because they always say behind every successful man, there's a cat down the road behind him, right? There is a successful woman behind him. Same as for every successful woman, there's a successful cat down the road behind her. I've realized this, that you got to support people in their mission. And I've seen being in a water relationship, that's what helps the relationship grow. Support. Look, ladies, learn this. You are gonna fall in love with a guy, okay? And what draws you to this guy is his ambition. He's so focused in his purpose. But you see, as time goes on, he's gonna have to choose between you and his mission. But down the line, he realizes he doesn't have to choose. He just needs your support in the mission. He's going to be able to do his job even better, and he's going to be able to love you even better. You see, what happens is that you meet a guy, ladies, and what happens? You see him working all the time, making power moves, and you're like, he's neglecting me, Ralph. No, he's not. He's just focused on his mission. You need to support that guy. Same guys, you need to support that woman. It's what I call men of purpose, women of purpose. The more you support them, then they open up to you. They're like, okay, you've been supporting me. This is the least I can do. Like, they lift you up on their back and they take you for a long walk. They're like, thank you, baby. You supported me. I'm supporting you right now. Ouch, my shoulder's hurting, right? So support people. That's the 9th rule of a relationship. And what is the 10th rule of a relationship? The 10th rule of a relationship that's helped me along my journey. Now, check this out. Vulnerability. Now, the great psychologist Brené Brown talked about that, the power of vulnerability. I can attest that vulnerability is probably the #1 secret of a relationship. In fact, vulnerability is the glue that holds a relationship together. Check this out. You meet people all the time, every single day. You meet people sometimes hiking on the beach, wherever it is, in the mall, in the supermarket, but you don't really know them. So you're just like, hi, hi, hi. But when you really know someone, you open up. You allow yourself to be vulnerable to that person, and they allow themselves to be vulnerable to you. Through vulnerability, you start sharing your dark, grimy secrets, right? And guess what? That's what makes the relationship even sweeter, because now both of you don't have this fear about trying to be perfect all the time, right? You just let it go. You just free yourself from all of that, like, tension, and you share beautiful secrets. You talk about what you did when you were 5 years old, and they talk about what they did that time when they stole those cookies out of the jar, and now you're laughing. You also talk about your fears, your insecurities, your aspirations, also your imperfections. You see, only through vulnerability can you show someone what I call your perfect imperfections. Because so many of us, we want to appear like we've all got it figured out, and then we land on our ass, right? Not fun. So learn to be vulnerable with someone. I've done it along my journey. And that's why, even if you're no longer with that person, they gravitate back towards you, because they realize it was real. It was you both allowed each other to be vulnerable to each other. That's the #1 secret of a relationship. And the water relationship grows through transparency. Transparency can only happen through vulnerability. Guys, ladies, you're a softie inside, right? You love your mom, right? So tell that to a woman. She'll love you even more. Ladies, you're also a softie, right? Be soft to your guy, right? You don't have to be this alpha woman all the time, right? Just relax. Show your deep femininity. Be vulnerable. That guy is going to hug you like you've never been hugged. And then both of you are just going to say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. And that is the 10 rules of a relationship. Do you have any more? Let us know. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.